Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from March 24th to the 30th, and I'm using this Scribble Prints Co kit called, I think, like Food Truck Fan or Food Truck Fun. I don't know. I can't read the video and I already threw away the sheet, so oh well. But if this kit is still available, I'll link it, of course. Anyway, so this week, the reason I chose this kit was because I did eat a lot of food. I did, and I did go out to eat and ate outside for the first time this year. And because of the springtime colors, I just thought this kit worked, and I really, really love this artwork, and I'm very disappointed in myself because, excuse me, allergy season, because I got myself a full kit. I got a full kit of this, and I was so excited to use it, and I just didn't like how I did things. I miscounted how many things I had to mark on certain days and like pulled certain things up. And I don't know, I guess it looks fine, but I don't know what was wrong with me. I just couldn't figure out like the sticker label math correctly. And I was just messing things up, and I was using like big boxes when I should have used a smaller box and whatever. So it is what it is. I think it's fine. I just don't think I did this kit justice, so I'm a little sad about that. But anyway, things that happened this week. Again, I feel like this was just another boring week until the weekend, and then I actually did things. The one thing I will say about this week, now this has happened a couple times, but I'm not going to get into the details because it's too confusing, but something happened during work. I was home, but something happened work-related on Monday. And it had to do with like a shipment that was missing. And I spent like an hour and a half trying to find this shipment. It didn't have any tracking. I was convinced that I had screwed something up. I was sweating. I was sick to my stomach. It ended up being the wrong tracking, and the package was fine. The package was on its way and was going to be delivered, and it wasn't a big deal, but it made me sick. And then the only other thing I think that's worth mentioning during the week is that I finished The Skeleton Crew, which, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend, especially if you're getting back into reading. I feel like it's a really good book for getting back into reading because you can, except The Mist. The Mist is very long for a short story. I think it's like a novella or whatever, but you can just read one little story and then put it down for a while, you know, because it's just a collection of short stories. So I really enjoyed that. And then I read Carrie this week as well. And that's another good one because it's short and I really like the writing in that. The story's good. It's just like, it's not one of those books where you feel like you need energy to read it, if you know what I'm saying. It was just an easy read. So yeah, that's all that happened like Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, I spent the day with one of my best Philly friends. And I mean, I've mentioned her before. We get together like every, I don't know, like maybe twice a year now. Like she's the busiest person I know, and I'm very busy. So we finally got together this day, and we lucked out with the weather. It was beautiful. It was like 80 something. And all we did was like, we got coffee. We walked around and like kind of window shopped. And then we got like a very early dinner, which is really nice. I like eating early. I think we ate at like 3:30 or something like that. And then Saturday evening, I went to a birthday party for my best friend's cousins, triplets. They were all turning 18, so that was kind of exciting. And it was just a really fun day. It was exhausting because I got up very early to meet my friend, and then we stayed at this party until like the AM something, and then we had an hour and a half drive home from the party. So it was like a very long day. So of course on Sunday I slept in, and and then we were just out running errands, and because we slept in so late after getting back from the party, we didn't finish our errands until 9 p.m. So it was kind of a bummer, but it was okay. I'm honestly kind of just, for now, giving up on the idea that I'm going to go to bed at a decent hour on Sundays. It hasn't been happening. I don't think it's happened since I started this job. I don't know. I wish I could be one of those people who starts the week fresh, but I'm not. So yeah, that's really everything that happened this week. It wasn't a super exciting week. So let's just get into the day by day, starting with Monday. The first thing I marked was that I was tired and wanted to cry, and I used this tired emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. Then with a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji head, I marked that there was no fucking parking again. I'm getting so sick of this. Then with this Sticky Perks laundry sticker, I marked that I did my laundry. With this Everything is Fine squidge, I marked that the work FedEx nightmare situation. God, that was awful. With this treadmill squish, I marked that I walked on the treadmill. This book sticker was a freebie from the Prairie Planner, and I used it to mark finishing the Skeleton Crew. Then with another Prairie Planner sticker, I marked that I did the litter at night, and I always do it in the mornings. But I did it at night this day. I don't know. I just didn't want to worry about it in the morning for some reason. Then with this Olive drinking tea from Olive Studio, Olive Printables, something. And then this TV from SPC, I marked that I watched YouTube and drank my tea. And then the final thing on Monday with this Papershire book sticker was that I started Carrie. Then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I was in office, and I used this Munchkin carrying a backpack for that. With this Sticky Perks book, I marked that I read. Then with this is left over from a kit. I can't remember the shop, but I marked that I posted a plan with me. Then with this workout squidge, I marked that I did an upper body workout when I got home. Then with this YouTube sticker from Carly Plans, I marked that I watched YouTube again. And then the final thing for Tuesday was that I got new skincare, and I used some of it for the first time. And I used this flat lay from Papershire. I was excited that not a lot was going on this week because I was able to use a couple flat lays. I love them. I think they're so cute, but it's obviously hard for me to fit in because I'm determined to mark everything. Anyway, not Monday, Wednesday, starting with another flat lay from Papershire, just to mark that I was in office. With this rabbit hole handcraft sticker, I marked that I had an orthodontist appointment. With this Carly Plans RX bottle, I marked that I went to CVS as well. This all happened on my break to get my, I think, birth control filled or something. Or no, it was my antidepressant I had to get filled. I was like, I literally took my last one on Wednesday, so I had to get it filled this day. Then with this Prairie Planner book, I marked that I read. With this Prairie Planner weight sticker, I marked that I did a lower body workout. Then with this Munchkin watching TV, I marked that I watched Twin Peaks. And then the final thing on Wednesday with this Lottie from Stick with the Plan Co., I marked that I filmed. Then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that there was just so much conference shit that I had to do at work. It was just like, I'm so sick of conferences. Not that I go to them, but like I do all of the prep, if you didn't realize from all of my complaining. And it's just, I'm so sick of it. This is the most conferences we've ever done in a year since I started. So anyway, this is another rabbit hole handcraft sticker. With another Prairie Planner book, I marked that I finished Carrie. Then with this Prairie Planner walking sticker, I marked that I walked 13,748 steps this day. With this bloating emoji, I marked that I was just feeling huge. Then with this planner from, I can't remember where, I think it's just left over from a printable kit, I marked that I pulled. Then with this old SPC icon, I marked that I did my nails. And then with this leftover YouTube sticker from somewhere, I marked that I watched YouTube again. It was a very YouTube heavy week. Then moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that I was remote, and I used this SPC scribbler to mark that. With this Stick with the Plan Co. workout sticker, I marked that I did my Slim in 6 workout that I do when I just like don't know what the hell to do. Then with this, I think this is from a printable kit, this chicken nugget sticker, and then this fry sticker is from Carly Plans. I marked that Joe and I got free Chick-fil-A again, and we got $2 fries. I think they're $2 now for a medium, which is bullshit. It used to be $1 for any size, like $1 for a large. Now it's $2 for a medium. Love that. Anyway, it's not like we needed more fries because I can't remember. Was this the time that we got the free 10-piece or 12-piece or something? I can't remember. Anyway, we ate enough food. Then moving on, we went for a walk after dinner just because I was feeling like I needed to move and help digest. And I used this Nike sneaker from Piper Paper Company. Then with these Jack and Sally emojis, I marked that we watched The Challenge and White Lotus. With this Angry Lottie, I marked, it's a long story, I'm not going to get into it, but I just marked that I'm allowed to think whatever I want, whether it's negative or whatever. If I'm thinking about murdering somebody in my head, that's my business, and I'm allowed to think it as long as I don't do it or say it. Then with this emoji holding candy, I marked that I was just like in a shit mood. So I ate a bunch of candy. I need to work on that. Food is definitely like not just a comfort. It's like, I don't know. I just give in to it when I'm upset. Then moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with this leftover deco, the clothing is leftover deco, and then this is a meltdown munchkin, I think. I marked that I just had a really bad anxiety attack while I was getting dressed, and I always have a really hard time. It's embarrassing, but I just hate myself so much sometimes that like I almost cry when I'm getting dressed because I just like hate everything on me. It's like, it's a thing, whatever. It doesn't matter. I ended up just wearing a black t-shirt and jeans and felt great. So it was just a bunch of, I don't know, anxiety for no reason. Then this is a bus because I don't have subway stickers, but I marked that I took my first Philadelphia subway ride. I've been in the subway many times in New York, but I have been avoiding it like the plague. But where we were meeting to get coffee would have been like over an hour walk. And not only would I have showed up sweaty because it was so hot this day, I didn't have time because I spent so long like panicking and almost crying while I was getting dressed. So I just didn't have time. And even the bus would have taken way too long, and I fucking hate the bus. So I was like, all right, I guess my only option is the subway. And Joe hadn't left yet to go to work, so he was actually able to drive me to the subway. And then I took it, and it was easy breezy. It was totally fine. I don't think I would ever take it at night, especially alone. I'm scared. But at like 10:30 on a Saturday, 10 on a Saturday, I don't remember what time it was. It was fine. It was totally fine. Then with this Carly Plans coffee cup, I marked that I met my friend at this really cute coffee shop in Old City, and I actually got a chai. It was really good. Then with another one of these Piper Paper Company sneakers, I marked that I ended up walking 5 miles this day. With this Lottie eating a salad, I marked that my friend and I went to this place. It's like outside of a hotel, I believe. It's called PJ Clark's, and we ended up eating outside, and it was really nice. We both got like chicken Caesar salads and then split an order of fries. They actually give you a good amount of fries. I've noticed that a lot of places now, if you order fries, they give you like 3, and it's bullshit. Then with this Trader Joe's munchkin, I marked that I walked to Trader Joe's to pick up I think they're sour cream donuts. Anyway, they're really good and they're pretty affordable. It's like a 6-pack for, I want to say how much is it? $4 or something? I can't remember, but it's a pretty good deal and they're delicious. And I needed something to bring with me to the party. Then with this cake from Fox and Cactus, I marked that Joe and I went to the triplets' birthday party. With this Paper Shire sticker, I marked that there was lots of juicy gossip at the party that I was privy to. Very enjoyable. Love gossip. Then with this sick Lottie, I marked that Joe and I both had stomach aches. And I think I had just been eating so poorly for 2 straight days and lots of walking. It just like caught up to me. And I don't know what was wrong with him, but he just didn't feel well either. And then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that I slept in, and I used a Prairie Planner sticker for that. With this to-do list deco, I marked that it was just a big errand day. With this tired Paper Shire sticker, I marked that I was exhausted, and I think that was, reasonable after my Saturday. It was like from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m., I think that was my day. Anyway, then with this emoji on a slice of pizza, I marked that we got Pizza Hut for dinner and it was delicious. With this house that was left over from a kit, I can't remember which shop, I marked that we got back at 9 p.m. With this Once More with Love TV, I marked that we watched Squid Game. And then the final thing on Sunday was that we accidentally watched the wrong season. And if you're wondering how, we had already, I think we were on like episode 3 or 4, I can't remember, but Joe he forgot to switch to season 2. And so he puts the episode on and we're like, why are they reusing so much of the footage from last season? But it had been so long since we saw the first season that we weren't totally sure. We thought that there was new footage. Like we thought the footage of the cop brother, sorry if this is it's not really giving anything away. We thought the footage of him was new. And we just thought that the game footage was, I don't know, it's fine. You know what? It wasn't a total waste. It was actually really funny when we realized what we had just done. But we still enjoyed it because it had been so long. And so it like refreshed our memory. And then I had to go to bed, so we couldn't watch the real episode, but that was fine. But yeah, that's everything for this week. It was a whatever week. Like obviously my Saturday was fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.